So hi, I'm Shahriar Shadab. I'm an animator and we're here in the work studio here in Brooklyn with my lovely assistant Jen. At the moment, Jen and I are working on the animated sequences for a feature-length documentary. They're the graphical sequences on a documentary called Hiding in the Spotlight, which is based on a best-selling novel by Greg Dawson about his mother, Jana Arshanskaya Dawson. And it's a story of, it's really a story of survival. It's two little girls who survived the Holocaust. Their parents were killed in the Ukraine, and they managed to obtain some assumed identities, and they survived the war by playing piano for the Nazis. So some of the more surreal aspects of the documentary, the things that cannot be shot with reenactment, or there's not necessarily any found footage, the more sort of abstract elements of it, like the really frightening parts of it, are portrayed in animation. They're portrayed in an illustrated way. Flaminia wanted a very hand-drawn animation style, so not your traditional Pixar 3D, not what people associate with animation. And what that means is that we basically are making the animation in a style that's similar to how a child would remember it. Sort of an antiquated illustration style. And what we do is we photograph that in a way to make it look like it's not a still image. We sort of make it look like it's moving. So we give it the illusion of movement, and we begin with a storyboarding process. So we figure out what happens. In the storyboarding, we figure out what's happening in the scene and how many shots there are. And then we go to draw all of the shots. So basically drawing the shots of the film, and then we shoot each layer in the shot, frame by frame, and then we go and add the moving layers on top of that. And they're all sort of, they're all hand-drawn, they're all, moving in their own way, and then we put that all together using a compositing software. So we sort of maintain the hand-drawn look of it all throughout. That's the real aim. So it looks like a sketch. The finished product hopefully will look like a sketch. I had this sort of freak out moment actually when I realized, holy crap, I've made two short films really, and they're both about Iranian politics. I felt like I was just focusing on one particular political topic, and I know that William Kentridge focuses on the apartheid and issues in South Africa and things like that, but he also branches out and he talks about the socialist revolution, and the heart of his work is in the South African stuff. The heart of his work is political struggle, and wherever that and regimes and dictatorships and wherever that might pop up. So what I love about this is that it is about a time period that I feel very passionate about a great injustice that happened in fairly recent history, and it's not something that I directly have a relationship to. I'm not a teenage girl, I'm not Jewish. It's not really my tribe that I'm making stories about here, but I get to still do something that's quite political. So it's really nice to do something that isn't about Iran for a change, was the point of all of that.